turn sideways. If you're joining on the replay, go ahead and fast forward. I am on my YouTube on the laptop trying to get my video to play. Okay. Maybe. Maybe not. It doesn't show my video. Oh, I gotta click on the update info. I always forget that part. Okay. Now, hopefully, everyone can see. There it is. Alright. I am gonna take care of a couple of little things that I forgot as I wait for some people to show up, hopefully. Okay, so I got my card bases chopped, but I didn't get them scored, so we're gonna get those scored. Maybe if I can find my score buddy here. And we're gonna score at 5.5. Oops. Little drunk line there. Alright, today is kind of fun for me. I have new designs in my Etsy shop. And after the video, I will link everything. Let me pop this into the other one because it's getting in the way. Get out of there. There we go. Maybe. How does that look? Not too shabby. Hopefully there's no buffering today. Weather's nice. All that fun stuff. Okay, why are we derailing here? There we go. No more derailing. I hope everyone is doing fabulous today. All right, and pull. Nice Monday afternoon and not too shabby. That one. Did I get them all? Almost. Alright. And cool. Alright. So now I've got my card bases scored. I'm going to flip and fold and crease. Shove them up into the gutter there. Get them all nice and lined up. Almost there, and then we will move on to the new designs. Of course, they're not early enough to make St. Patrick's Day cards, but they don't have to be St. Patrick's Day. There's some cute little shamrocks going on. All right, there we have it. Got some card bases. Now, I like to get them together and then pinch them. And it kind of helps fold them down. Hello, Melissa. Thanks for joining today. Okay, so now, see, giving them a nice little pinch after you've scored them together kind of helps them lay flatter. So now we have some good card bases. Get going on those. Don't put that in there. There we go. All right. after the video, I will post some links for the FSC and Crafty or FSC and Chat with Sassy, because on those pages there are a couple, well, each page has a free design. So if you're in the FSC and you go to files, you'll be able to find this one. And if you're with Chat with Sassy, you will find this in the comments, because it's not a group, so I have to post it as a picture, and you just click on the picture and you can download it to your phone and then print it. Now my printer does a border. If you're not toner foiling, you can print this on your color printer and go right to the edge. Unfortunately, my toner printer says nope, I gotta have a border, but that's okay. Hi Carmen! I'm just showing, these are the freebies. This one is in the FSC, and this one is in Chat with Sassy. So those are the freebies that we are going to play with today. And these are the new ones in my Etsy shop. Now these ones, this one is Flowering Shamrock. It's as an SVG, so you can run it through your cutting machines, or just make them smaller or bigger to make your own backgrounds. And you can, hi Chow, thanks for stopping by. Hi Sandy. So they're SVG, so you can scale them up, you can make them smaller. These two go together. This one sets right on top of this one. This one sets right on top of this one. So if you cut it out, whatever color this is will shine through there. Otherwise, they're the exact same size. This one is called Lace Shamrock. And this one sets on this, but I think it has a little bit of a border. And so does this one. So if you put this on top of this, you'll see this background. Now, when you go to cut this one, it's a little bit different. When you first load it into, say, like Design Space, it shows this as a solid, but if you look really closely, the back layer is gray. So it's going to cut out this shamrock. It's going to cut out a solid image of this one. So you'll have two big shamrocks that you can layer on top of each other. And you would just unlock it, separate them, and you can change the color so you know which page you're printing on and whatnot. It's pretty... Uh-oh. Here they are. I was going to say, where are they? But I did do the cutting, so we can kind of see what's going on. This one goes to... Oh, and then there's this one. I almost forgot about this one. This one is a background. And these are 3 7/5 by 5. So they'll fit on an A front. And then this one is Shamrock background. This is a pair. You get both of these when you order them. So you get a background and some card fronts. Or you can cut them out. Okay. But these are SVGs and you can send them through your cutter. So we have this one. Goes to that guy. That one goes to that guy. And that guy. And that guy, and then that guy. Okay, so here we can see that there's this one, there's that one, and this one, I cut them all out in the same color. No, one of those goes over there. Okay, so there's that one and that one, and then the very nice detail on these. So when you pull them up, oops, this one, okay, if you go and cut this, I don't know why, but this one, some of the pieces get separated. See this little piece right here? If you don't weld them together in your Design Space, they cut them out separately. So some of the pieces I guess because they weren't touching, they cut them out. So this is without the weld, and then you have extra pieces, which would be fun to do different colors of those. And then this one here is all welded together so all the parts stay put. Now this is the center to this one. So this fits that piece there, okay? And then this piece sits on top of it, and then on top of that. So you get a thin, you get a thin little border for that one, and then another one. And that's if you choose to cut them out. So that one's a nice thick shamrock. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one gives you a bonus because of the way it's cut out. So this guy's a little bonus because what we wanted was this nice thin little piece. And remember, that goes to this. Or you can use it by itself. You don't even have to. Okay. And then that one sits right on top of there. And so you'll have a cute little layered clover like that if you choose to cut it out. So then you get your bonus piece. And then again, with the SVGs, you can size them up and down to any size that you want. I wouldn't go too small on these fine details to cut though. Which one do I want? Spatula! I need a spatula. Okay, so when come on. We know you want to go and play on the papers. Maybe I have to rethink doing these small ones for the cutting machine, but they're fun. Come on. It's so dainty. Just let it go. Okay. There we go. And then there's all of our little pieces left behind, so we can put them back in where they need to go. Or you can just have it just like that, which then goes on top of this one. Let's see how nice that looks. Kind of like it without all the little bits though. But you definitely have the extra little bits. You can ink blend them and put them back in there if you want. Lots and lots of options for that one. But yeah, so there's that detailed one. And then I'm not going to fart with this one because that one is super teeny weeny. But you just get your little spatula under there. Okay. Kind of be careful of your other stuff. But yeah, just kind of get that spatula under all the little bits and just pull all the bits all at once. This one you would definitely want to take your time and not be a heathen like me. Because these are all attached. And my mat is, I use pixie spray to re-stick my mat. Otherwise, it wouldn't be sticky at all. But let me pull out these big chunks just so we can kind of see what we got going on. Come on. Let it go. This is when your fine glue tip would come in handy, or run it through as a sticker, your sticker machines, if you have a big sticker machine. But see how tiny and fine detail that guy is? So that one's going to be super fun. But again, I wouldn't cut it too terribly small, because then these would totally get lost. This is definitely good for a bigger card. Or scrapbook page. You know, you could cut this out huge and then put some photos over the top or in the center, do a photo. So those are the cut ways to do them. But let's see how they foil. I have Creative Vision foil. They are no longer in business, but if you go to the FSC, Crafty Critta and H&H Signs is under Nancy's affiliate links, and both of them have some greens. Crafty Critta has a dark and a light green. I think it's called Christmas Green and Tree Frog. And then H&H Sign has all three. They have, this one is under their shimmery, or what do they call that? Hold on one second. Glitter Stars. And that's under their holographic list. They have 3 lists. Solids. What are their lists? Can we go back one? They have solids, textile foil, holographic solids, and multicolor patterns. Those are your 3 places to look for foils on H&H. And then Crafty Critta is over in Australia, and they have a nice bright Christmas green and a tree frog green. They also have one rainforest green. That one is on my must-have list because it's gorgeous. After the video, I will also link NancyStamps playlist for toner foiling. So if you have any questions pertaining to how to foil and stuff, you can definitely go there. Hi, Kim in Alaska. Oh, watching from work. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I'm going to turn on the mini me to a number 3. Get that little pupper cooking while we grab our choppity chops. Okay, so this is the SVG, and this one is our Shamrock background. This is the one I kind of want to show you. If we cut this paper in half, okay, we're gonna straight 5.5, cuts it right in half, okay. Now we're going to cut this in half at 4.25, okay. So if we cut this at 4.25, okay, you see it's super thin there and really big everywhere else. We're going to use that thin side as our guide, and we're going to chop this down to 3/75 by 5. So we want to take off a 1/2 inch. So we're going to take off we're going to take off a 1/4 inch off the bottom, and we're going to take off a 1/4 inch on the top. That will give us our 5.5. So now this is fairly centered. Well, I messed that up. I don't know what I was doing. Hold on a second. And then 3/75. 3/75. Okay, so those are right. I messed my measurements up here, but it will get you a nice area where these two are equal if you cut it 3/75 wide, and then you can adjust it so it looks more centered there. I think I need to take more off the top because 3/75. 3/75. Okay, and then a little off the bottom. Do I take all of it off the top? Oh yeah, that one looks way more centered. So yeah, you can definitely make these nice 3/75 by 5 to make little card fronts. So these ones, I need to take more off the bottom, but let's cut it in half at 4 1/4. Okay. And then do 3/75 down the side. And then you can eyeball it and see that I have way more at the bottom. So I'm going to do that to the 5. Oops. Like so. And then we have a nice little shamrock. Or you can, see, 3/75. You can fussy cut them out. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, and then this one is definitely off the bottom. There we go. So 3/75 by 5 will get you a nice card front. Where did I do? Okay, and so you can put a nice layered background piece back there or leave it white. Lots of options when you do the smaller 3/75 by 5. Okay, and then we're going to do our background paper. We're going to cut it in half. And we're going to cut it in half again. That is not in half. 4 1/4, 4 1/4. Okay, and now we're going to trim off these little white areas. So this will be probably 5 1/4 by 4. So we get a little bit bigger area for our backgrounds. And so now this will take up more room on our card. And see how it's a little bit, but if you had, okay, if that was fuller, that's basically the size difference. Okay, so you still get a nice trimming area on both of them. So we'll save, well, we'll see. I'll trim this one too, just to see. 5 1/4 by 4. 5 1/4 by 4. So even if your printer doesn't print all the way to the edge, you're still getting a really good covered area. Okay. And this one is the freebie from Chat with Sassy. So again, we're going to cut the paper in half, and then each half in half. There's 5 1/2. And then 4 1/4. And then we're going to trim that little white area off. So that's going to be 5 1/4 by 4. Very super nice little area there to foil. Come on, 5 1/4 by 4. And you can do your trimming after foiling. That way there you ensure good adhesion at the edges. I'm just doing it backwards. It's all good. And then this is the FSC freebie with your diagonal lines. And again, we're going to do 5 1/2. Yep, I almost boo-booed. I almost boo-booed a lot. And 4 1/4. I almost did it again. Did you see that? 4 1/4. Okay. And these don't expire. So if you print these and months later, you're like, oh, I should foil them, they're going to foil just beautifully. So that's a nice thing about these. You can print them, you can foil them, you can print them, chop them, color them. You don't even have to foil them if you don't want to. And that's with anything. Ooh, that one's a little short there. That's all right. We'll just take off a little bit extra on this side. Okay. Doesn't that just look cute? Even though we chopped it down. Fabulous. Okay. And then, say like you cut this guy out on your Cricut and you got that fine line and you want to put it over some foil. So let's cut this in half, 5.5. Okay. If you have your scan and cut, 4.25. Okay, if you have your scan and cut, you could have that, chop that right out for you. We'll do this one too, because I have that little piece, 4.25. That one, oh, these are the SVGs. I was like, why is that chopping so close? Because I didn't move them. They're those aren't fabulous. Okay, so if you have, like, this is a textured foil, okay, it has embedded images. There's some that have hearts, stars, anything that has chunky pieces. I don't particularly recommend for fine detail, especially like this, okay? Because those stars are not going to want to stick completely to these super fine lines. We might get away with it with something like this, but these fancy little bits, they're more for this solid, beastie, thick designs. And that's when you're going to get super great foiling. Let me pull out this little cutter thing. And I'm thinking most of us are here because of NancyStamps and seeing her videos. Okay. Dust is our enemy in toner foiling. Okay. We want to make sure we always dusty. We want our foil just a hair bigger than our work area. It doesn't have to be terribly bigger. Okay. But I am going edge to edge with this foil. So, okay, so you're going to want to dust your area, dust your foil. You see that little piece of paper right there? Okay, dusty, as Miss NancyStamps says. Okay, because where there's dust, there will be no foil. Oops, come here. Then we get our little transfer sheet. We set it in there, okay, and it's ready to go. So I'm just going to send that little guy right on through. While that one's getting busy, we're going to take this nice, beautiful color, and we're going to do this shamrock, which the shamrock hangs over, so I can hang this over my paper just a hair, so that when I cut on this side, I don't have to leave so much. Okay. Dusty. Okay. Nice big area to foil these little bits. It's going to be beautiful. And I'm sending it through, even though the other one's not completely done going through, because I can. Okay, so there's this one. We're just going to pop this out of its little shell. Okay, we're gonna foil this one with my lime green because I like this green. No, we're gonna do it with the dark green because we have that piece of paper that's light. Hi, Lori. Hi, Gloria. We are... Hi, Susie from Illinois. Lori Robinson. All right, so we're going to take this luscious green. And again, for those that are just popping in, let me grab this. We're foiling some of my new designs on my Etsy shop. And we're using... I'm using Creative Vision, which is no longer with us, but like these stars are available at H&H Sign, and then they also have these two greens, and then Crafty Cricut in Australia has these two greens, and one that is on my wish list called Rainforest, I think is what it's called. It just, that one I need. But, and these are textile foils. They're a different consistency than like the mink toner foil. Okay, and we're dusties. Make sure there's no stuffs on there. We're gonna dusty off of there, and don't dusty over the top. Okay, we just sandwich them together. Try and pick them up. Get your little transfer sheet, set that in there, and send it through the machine. You can send it this way, you can send it that way. The machine doesn't really care, because we have rollers on both sides. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so let's do this one. Now, my printer didn't print right there, but that's okay. And I just rubbed off some of my toner. I do that a lot, but that's okay. If I was doing this to make projects, I would probably be foiling the whole sheet, and I wouldn't chop it down until after. And that'll help keep your toner intact. Okay. But if you have little toners missing and stuff, don't panic. It'll still turn out beautiful. Okay. So dust, and I just saw a big old black piece on there. Okay, and then we're just gonna dust this one. But yeah, right on my edges where I chopped. This is a good reason to do your cutting after the foiling, but sometimes you just need it trimmed because you don't want to do the whole thing. Okay, get our transfer sheet, set that in there. Oops, I got a little bit sticking out, so we're just going to adjust that. Maybe, come on, there we go. Okay. Now, when you're foiling, this is why we do not tape it down. Can you see these wrinkles right here? Okay. As it's doing its thing, it's heating and sticking and smushing. And sometimes we have to have, that's why we do a little bit of a hangover. Because if we did it exact, it might pull it in and shrink it, and then it wouldn't cover it very nicely. So you got to have the ability for it to move and mesh around and get really happy together. So don't tape those down. Okay. Big solid sheets. Okay. You can see the little wrinkles in there, but then you can see these nice areas that are going to be foiled. And oh, I can tell I missed the dust. Something is sticking up right there, but that's okay. because it's still going to be beautiful. I'm going to do this one in the light green too. And just because these are shamrocks, I mean, you could do these in hot pink. You could do these in whatever color you want. You have a friend that likes purple, make them some purple shamrocks. Nobody says they all have to be green, but I love green, so we're going green. So dusty, dusty. It's a combination of things, Gloria. Pardon me. Gloria asked, is it the paper that causes the toner not to stick? Yes and no. This is not my Himilco, so I'm not going to get pristine foiling. I do think that my toner is set a little higher than most, and so I have extra toner on there. And yeah, I would say most of my rub-offs is on this particular paper. When I'm using my Himilco, I don't think I have as much rub-off. So it could be how much toner's going down, if you are able to turn up the heat on your printer. I think Nancy calls it fixation. Get it to heat set it just a little bit longer before it spits it out. But yeah, and again, the other thing too is when you're cutting, you're separating, because you know it's just a layer of stuff stuck to the paper, and so when you cut it, it's like cutting through paper with a white core. It's gonna break that top layer. I hope that makes sense. So if you can do your whole sheet all at once, or cut your piece bigger, then when you foil it, you can trim off those areas that don't foil. I'm gonna send this little guy through. And see, we did the lines. Is there... Okay. So, and ooh, did we foil that one? I think we did. We didn't foil the thin one though. Did we foil the thin one? There's that one. Nope. Nope. Okay. So let's foil this one in the dark green. Just to show ya. Even though it's a thinner line, it will foil pretty good. I know, because I've done it a few times. I like this particular design. I think I did a pretty good job on it. Put it in our little transfer sheety. Send it through. All right. Look at that. Okay. So there's that one and those ones. I have 600 DPI set. That sounds about right. How do you select your toner? How do you increase the toner? It is in the property settings. Each machine is different, and if you have a brother or the Canon, in the Foiling Snobs Club, in the guides up at the top, there are some videos that Stacy and Nancy have done, and that they've tried to walk through how to set up those. I have the brother, and my settings are a little bit different because I use Illustrator, so I have to go in a little bit differently to change mine, and I can never remember how I do it. I always sit there for a minute going, But, yeah, definitely check out the Foiling Snobs guides, and they're, like I said, Nancy and Stacy have videos and written documents, I think, for that. Okay. So, we got everybody? We got everybody. Let's see how these turned out. So this one, now see how we have these nice big areas that we can cover with these little, the little embeds. Again, if you're using something with embeds in it, like these little stars, you're going to want something that's super rich with lines or imagery, so it picks all of that up. And this here is my 65-pound opaque, accent opaque. I always use it as my sample stuff. And there was something actually on my piece of paper right there. But even for not being Himilco, I mean, it foiled so nicely. Okay, and I wish you could see, it's shimmering. This light is catching it and putting it all over the wall. It's super pretty. Okay, and then you can color this in with alcohol markers. Just be careful, alcohol will stain on top of there. You can ink blend over the top of that. Do not throw these away. They call it your waste, but I don't know, they should change the name because it's not actually waste. Because you can use it. It looks weird. So that would be the middle one. Yep. It didn't foil. And see, and this is what I'm talking about. Even though if it doesn't foil, you're not really going to notice it. There's a black spot right here. Right there. From this spot here, something in the foil didn't take right. So that little spot is now a negative here. But you have to hold it just right in order to see that it didn't foil right there. But, I mean, still beautiful, even though it has boo-boos in it, right? So, we'll have this piece. I'll pull out some black and we'll double foil that. Okay. Nice, solid chunk. Again, look at that. And then, when you do your die cuts. Oops, sorry, Minky. I turned you off. So, that one... So, say like, it's a little short, fatty one. Okay. You could do a die cut over the top of it. And then you would have a shimmery background. Okay. How cool. That one looks pretty nice. Put a little button in the center or a gem to bring in some more bling. Do a Nuvo drops around the edges. How fun would that be? It's some empty canvas right there. You could doodle all in there, do some fun stuff in there. Okay. Or you could come in, okay, put another piece over the top. Okay. Lots of options with these designs. You can mix and match them to get them in there. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, and then there's this nice fat background. Okay, so if you foiled that and then you use your cutting machine to cut out the fancy design to put on the center, look at that. Ugh, isn't that just going to be fun? And then if you have your scan and cut machine, fussy cut, whatever you need to do to cut that out. Or maybe you print it just right in the center of your paper so that you can use it as a card front. I like that. But I don't like this color with it, so I'm going to probably change that up and ink blend that a little bit. Add some ink blending. Here's that nice lime green. Whoop, whoop. Yep, see, I told you there was something under there. Now, those ones you can see. Those ones you're like, yeah, that's a big, fat, black dot. So, do I have... Yes, glue pen. Is this the... They use... Nancy has used the Zig pen. These are new. I've never used them. And apparently they're dried out. That would probably be why they were on clearance. Okay. Let's see if you're... Aw. Well, if you have a working glue pen, you'll be able to do that. I know somebody said that the Tombow green one, if you let it get tacky, we're just gonna put that on there. We'll try this one. But if you have your Zig two-way glue pen or whatever, you can just put a little dollop of glue on there. We'll let that get tacky a minute. And then we'll check out this one. So much better. So much better. A little bit of a miss there and a little bit of a miss there. Little bitties. Little bitty misses. But nothing I would toss out. I would use that. You could with this one. As I'm reaching. You can alcohol ink. You just have to be a little bit more cautious of the foil. And if you get it on the foil, if you just take a teeny bit of alcohol on a cotton swab or something, it'll take that right off. So you can go in and color your little clovers any color you want. You can two-tone it green. You could go in with a green marker. Nothing says you can't. Okay, so you can go in and color them. Maybe you just color a couple. It's hard for me to color because I like to have my head right down next to that, and I can't see right now. Don't mind my coloring. You can definitely see that I went off on that one, but that's okay. Hi, Jen. Hope you're having a good lunch break. Okay, so then you can alcohol ink, you can do whatever you want. Maybe you want to do some ink blending. Maybe you want this like falling out of the clouds. Okay, so we got some pink clouds going on. Let's add in a touch of blue. Flip this over. Oops, don't move on me. Not a whole lot of thinking when you do the clouds. I find that to be, if you do too much thinking, then it's too complicated. You just move it on down, add some color, change the position every now and then, add some of that. You could do your ink blending, then go over... Did you see that pen go flying? You could do your ink blending, then go over the top with alcohol. Because alcohol and your inks are not going to blend together. They're just going to be like little happy campers there. Your alcohol is going to sit on top of the ink. But you can't really do ink over alcohol. If you notice that these ones, they don't have any change in their color really. Okay, so you can go right over the top of that and color those in, and then you have a card front that's ready to go. Slap that on card base. Now we do have a nice little border, so you could leave it white, you can make it darker. You could get another sheet of paper. You know, you could bring in some printed paper, or a nice, maybe that is... Paper's not big enough. Sorry if you guys can hear, they're doing yard work next door. I think I like that. Let's see. So we have, what do we want to do? We want to cut this off. No, okay, what am I doing? We want 4 1/4. 4 1/4 is the size of our paper, 4 1/4. And then 5 1/2. Okay. And then you can grab your little distressing, just add some color to the edges. And I picked a lighter one because I didn't want it overpowering, but I did want it to pick up some color. You see the difference there? There we go. That guy away. And then we have this to go on top of that to have that Just like that. Print and create. How fun is that? You print your designs that you find on Etsy or in the Foiling Snobs Club under the Files tab, the Chat with Sassy in the comments. There will be one that you can download. And just like any other foiling, okay, I probably wouldn't do this one, but I saved this because there's so much real estate. Speaking of which, let's see if I can. Okay, and then I'm just going to burnish that little guy right on there. Hey, that works. Oops, that didn't. Kind of did. I kind of messed it up. But you can see that one actually covered. Okay. It's not a black spot, but oops. It's not a black spot anymore. This one is. I messed that one up. I don't know what I did. But yeah, you can use your Tombow in the green. Got tacky enough for me to pick up some of that. So that was nice. Which means, you know, this Tombow's got a nice fine point. You could probably do some we're just going to see. We're going to add a little bit of glue to that and see if we can't foil that. Why not, right? We're here with the foil. Might as well. Okay, so there's those little guys. And that one. That's going to be a nice ready to go card. And we're going to use this one and this one. And this one. Ooh, I forgot to unpeel one. Oh, this is that one. I almost forgot about this one, guys. But see, even though it's a nice thin line, as long as you use a solid color, nothing with the bits or the holographic stuff, it's going to adhere really, really well. It's probably one of the best adhered ones yet. There's no misses spots. How nice is that? And this one I have on my Instagram and stuff. I've colored this one in a couple of different times. That one's super nice. Okay. So, and then we'll do that one. Question is, where did I put it? That's my labels. Okay, I thought I had toner sheets up there, and then I lost them. And so, did I move them again? I tell you, these toner sheets and I can't find a good home. Are we serious? We can't. I have everything all nice and organized, but for some reason, I keep losing my toner sheet. If I was a toner sheet, where would I be? Should be right here in my specialty papers. Glitter, cardstock. No. When I was going to toner foil those for you guys, but I cannot seem to find them. Okay. That's fabulous, because everything else is here except the toner paper. Okay, well, sorry about that. But if you buy toner sheets or make your own toner sheets, you can slap these on and foil it. So all this dark green would stay, and then you'd have this black line, and then you could go in with a different color. So like if I put this down, sent it through, and then put a sheet of dark green on, I could have a two-toned foiled project. But somebody keeps losing their toner. Oh, I know what I did with it. Silly me. I gave it a new home with the foils. Melissa says, this is amazing. Praying my husband get the hint. I want a mink for our 10th anniversary on the 23rd. Well, happy early anniversary. The mink is really hard to find. There is a Nancy did a video on one of the Amazon laminators that did a pretty decent job. So I think that's in her toner playlist. So you'll be able to check that out. Okay, so let me turn on Mama Mink, because I'm just going to send this through. Can I get more? I would get more if I chopped it though. Okay. Actually, we're just going to do little baby mink on 3 again. We don't need it very hot because this is a thinner paper. This one I bought is the Deco Foil iCraft version. There's lots of toner companies, so lots to choose from. Now, because this is a solid toner sheet, I'm going to cut it in half and in half. We want to make sure it is 100% covered with our foil so that it doesn't leave black stuff on our... the mink's already heated up, by the way. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we're going to put this one on this one, and we're just going to kind of eyeball it and get it kind of centered, because I have room to trim. I almost forgot. What are we supposed to do before we foil? Dusty. And you can see these little white bit right there getting in my way. And I'm going to dust the back of the foil. Alright. Nope, can't. Yep, okay. We're going to get this a little bit centered on there. That's on the outside. Little fuzzies. Okay. I'm going to open this up. Get that in there. Oops. I want that. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Get that in there. Hold that down. Send it through to me. Or or your laminator, whichever you have. Then we're going to dust that one off, dust that one off. Okay, this one's gonna probably have a lot of dust specks in it because it is. Okay, now this foil, and I'll do this anyways, okay? So this, there's some black showing on the sides, and I'll show you what happens. It's not the end of the world. It just means you have a little extra step to do. But we're gonna foil this anyways. Even though it's peeking through that little bit of black, okay? Okay, there's that one, there's that one. Okay, we're gonna, oops. Somebody put glue down and forgot about it. But on the plus side, the glue will pick it up. And this is the other thing. So if you have just little corners of stuff, okay. Ooh, that's super strong. That's a really good tacky. So if you have little bits left over, okay, look at that. Ooh, I may have to do some designs with that glue. You can use your whatever's left over until you literally have nothing left. And you just burnish it on. Look at that. And now you have a textured. So if you have the green Tombow and you let it set and get tacky, you can put foil over the top. Now, you're going to want to definitely let it dry before you mess around with it, because it's going to get gooey, okay? But I would assume that once it's dried with that foil on top, it's going to be pretty cool. And that's with that one. And I was able to do a little touch-up with it on this one. I just have to practice my touch-ups a little bit because it's kind of gooey. Okay, so this is what happens if you leave the black to show, okay? Can we see? It's actually on my folder now. Does that mean it's the end of the world? Oh, heavens no. So I've got that little black strip there, and I got a little black strip there. All you do is you grab yourself some acetone, 100% acetone nail polish, and you just clean that up. I have that on the other side of the room where I do my nails, so that's not going to work. But see, this is where it's going to be black now, and everything else is going to be green. How beautiful is that? And then this one, we have our shimmeries. And if we pull it, voila! And look, okay? There's literally, that's left. And you could say, if you're, I'm not going to save those, but you could literally trim this. And then if you have a spot, you could use it to cover those spots. But look at that. So now we're going to take and move you guys, because I made that boo-boo. Oh, ooh, we can do this one. Let's do this one. Since I screwed up the other one, let's do this one. Dusty, dusty, dusty. Okay, we're going to set that in there. And again, oops. I've got some black showing. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to use the same one that I had black on before. I'll just clean it one. Okay, so now we're going to take, this and we're going to add some dark green over the top of it. Maybe. Okay. Because I don't want it black. That's just silly. I don't want it black. Okay. Grab our little rotary cutter. Okay. Dang near every brand of crafty stuff has a rotary cutter. Fiskars, quilting section. Okay. So now we've just got a green to go right over the top of the whole thing. Okay. Okay. So here's this one. This one's going to be fun. And see how it didn't wrinkle? That's because it covered the whole surface. It had plenty of room to move. And it just wrinkled at the end. Okay. And look at that coverage. Isn't that just spectacular? And it's hard to see because of that right there. But we're going to fix that. We're going to take off a little chunk of this. Now, because my clover isn't that big, what I'm going to do is just make sure this goes right there. Nope, nope, nope. Because, you know, if I do that, it might leave a mark in there. I'm just going to cover the whole thing. Because I don't want any weirdness going on. Okay. And for me, I don't feel it will be a waste. So we're going to put this in a little folder. Okay. Now, okay, so this piece, we have the lime green, okay, and it's the foil waste to this. Okay, so the lime green is reversed, and now we're gonna fill in those areas with this dark green. And we have double foiled. And look at all of that shimmery goodness. Okay. Isn't that just beautiful? Hi, Pansy! Popping in on her break. We're doing foiling today, Miss Pansy. Isn't that just gorgeous? So we have, and now because we did that, we have it again. So I could do this in reverse. So I'm going to have this dark green, and then I could fill it in with anything else. I mean, it doesn't even have to be green. It could be purple. Ooh, let's fill this one in with a purple. Does that sound like fun? Let's fill that one with a purple. But, and we'll let that one cool, because that one's going to be pretty. Oops. So do we want to fill in with a fuchsia or a purple? Is there a... And then we've got this nice sparkly green. Which one do we think? I'm thinking fuchsia. More flower. Well, I guess they're both flowery, but I'm thinking the fuchsia might be a little bit prettier. Okay. Get this cleaned off. Dusty. The glue piece is gonna Get that right up to the edge. Get our chop out. Oops. No. Okay. Don't mind me, and my cutting abilities suck. Okay, so then we have this with this is going to be beautiful. I've lost all of my folders though. Here we go. I'm going to stick that right in there. Make sure the black areas are covered. Let that cook. And here is our, we have the dark green, okay, and then we have the lime green on the inside. Look at that. How wonderful is that? Ugh. It's kind of interesting. I kind of like this weirdness that's going on over here. But that's easily cleaned up. You just snip that right off. Or you can intentionally do stuff like that, okay? These are going to make wonderful cards. So that one, do I have that one? Okay. Or you could, instead of doing a double foil, you have your little, oops, not this one, but you have your little cutout that you could put over the top of that. Okay, and so here's our fuchsia. Let's give that a cool for just a momento. Make sure that foil gets in there. So if you want to do fun double foiling, a good deco foil toner sheets, or anybody that sells toner sheets, you can make your own. I prefer just buying them and use my toner for my bits, okay? So there's that. That's what it originally looks like, okay? Trying to think if I have... No, I don't. Okay, I gave all those cards away. Okay, so you can check out my Instagram or Chat with Sassy. I did do this one up all colored in and pretty for a card. And there's our double foiled with two different colors. We've got our green and purplish fuchsia mix. Isn't that just pretty? Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so fabulous. So tone on tone. Well, not tone on tone, but yeah, green on green. Okay, and then you can do it again because you have this. Maybe I do this lime green with another purple in there. So these you don't have to throw away. And you don't have to use them right away either. So if you're doing your cards and you're done for the day, set these aside. Put them in a folder that says Shamrocks. And the next time, me and that glue, the next time you do something that you need some Shamrocks, you can pull these out and use them. That's what's great. I have a little drawer. Okay, this is my drawer of foils. So you can see I've already used these a bazillion times. But they're there in case I want a double foil. They're there if I just need a little bit of green for something. Okay, all of my stuff just goes right in here. Okay, you get enough of them, you turn them over. My big sheets, little cleanup sheets, whatever I need. Every little color that I own is in here. And here's a good example. Okay. This right here, do you hear that? Do you see how flimsy this is? This is the mink foil. This is craft foil, okay? Craft foil, you get the same beautiful results. The only thing is, it's not as sturdy, so it scratches up a lot easier. It's harder to work with. And then this is your textile foil. It's got more weight to it. It's designed to be textile. It's designed to withstand a little bit more wear and tear. Okay, so if all you have is mink foil or craft foil, that's okay. You can still use it. But once you get a hold of some textile foil, you're gonna weed out the craft foil, because this is so much easier to work with. You pull it out, you cut it. This stuff, I have a magnet that holds it down so that when I pull it out, I can hold it here and cut it here. It's a little bit more work to do the craft foil. Textile, super heavier, okay? Much easier to work with versus your craft foil, which is super thin. All your deco foils and stuff, you get them in a nice little tube, and you're like, you have to peel them apart. When they get too small like this is what you deal with. You have to find the end, okay? You have to finagle it to lay flat. Okay, get it to lay flat. Okay, this here, you unroll it, you lay it flat. I mean, there's no finagling. And then you chop it up. But you can see this has got some marring on it. It wrinkles and stuff really easy. And it does that. But you saw when I was foiling, when I cut my little bits, it doesn't do that. Okay, so textile is what I prefer. Craft foil is what I started with. Okay, then I bought a couple of rolls of the Creative Vision, which is out of business, but Crafty Critta and H&H Signs both have the textile foils. H&H also has craft foil, so you're gonna want to double check which one you're ordering if it bothers you. But yeah, you can just store these. These have been in here for quite some time, and I can still pull them out and use them. Like this one right here. Okay, that one's been in there a while. Let's just trim it right on its little edge here. This is from Christmas time. Okay, this is a mink foil. That's why it's so flimsy. Okay, just make sure you get your little dusties off. Dust those little specks. Pull out your old foil, because they don't mind. Now this one is definitely too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it down a little bit. Okay, put this on there. Find my one that I already got stuff all over right here. That one's already got toner on it. Put that right in there. From Christmas, mind you, this foil was used back then. Send that through. Got some new designs. Go check out my Etsy shop. Check out Foiling Snobs Club in the files department so that you can get your free download, and then the free download from Chat with Sassy. One second while this runs through. Okay, so we have Chat with Sassy. Oops, nope, sorry. This one's Chat with Sassy. This one's in the FSC. And then this one is part of a set off of my Etsy shop. Okay. Definitely want to check those out. I do charge $2.50 for The SVGs, $2.50 for the 2-pack of backgrounds. In the SVGs, you get 4 SVGs. Just look at that. Even after months of sitting there, it still foils. Okay. You can print these as many times as you want. My designs, they do come with a limited commercial use license, and what that means is there's some things you can do and some things you can't. Okay, you can print these, cut them, color them, make them into cards, and sell them. Definitely, absolutely. You could take this design in your program, add some hearts, print them, cut them, color them, sell them. So you can modify them by adding more. Okay, what you cannot do is add hearts, add dots, and sell it online. Because then you're not really altering it, you're just reselling my designs with some additions, okay? We don't want that. We want you to alter them, grunge them up, make them beautiful, sparkle, whatever. Put them on something and then sell them that way, okay? I have some designs like this. You could easily cut this as a stencil. Yes, you can make a stencil for you. You cannot sell that stencil. If you sell that stencil, it stops the person you sell it to from going to my shop and making their own stencil. But you can make a stencil. That would be really good. Do this, and then you could use it as a block out area and do some stamping in there. But you can make your own stencil to keep for your personal self. I would ask that you do not buy these, print them, and then give them to your friends so that they can make them pretty. Tell them to head over to my shop and pick up their copy. If you're a teacher or instructor and you have a large class, email me, Chat with Sassy. I do discounts for teachers or group events. So definitely, you know, I'll work with anybody. If you have a design or a theme that you haven't seen, email me. We'll see what we can do, okay? I do custom work. So if anybody, say like you need a shamrock, but you want a 4-leaf clover or something and whatnot, I do custom work. It costs a little bit more to do custom, but we can do that, okay? So yeah, definitely we got some freebies to foil. Definitely check out Chat with Sassy and Facebook, Foiling Snobs Club, to get your free copies. Okay, and then stop by the shop and you know, check out what I got. I'm trying to add stuff every month. I have this cute bunny I'm working on, so hopefully that'll be actually in time for Easter and not like this a couple days before. A couple of days before. Save your waste foil, okay? Call it the second chance foil or something, because it's not really a waste, is it? But, and if you don't have a, if you're not doing, foiling, you can definitely do these in the black and white and color them, ink them in, die cut them, whatever makes you happy. Put them on, ooh, that would be fun. Okay, I have an idea. I gotta see if that works though. But anyways, is there any questions or anything anybody wants to see before we go? Oops. Sorry, Minky Poo. I leave you running while I'm running my mouth. Okay. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoy the new designs and check out my shop at Etsy shop. I don't even know what my Etsy shop is. Something with Chat with Sassy. Nope, I put the Chat with Sassy Facebook. Here. Copy. Paste. That is Facebook Chat with Sassy. Can I minimize this? Yes. Can I minimize this? Nope, not that way. Hold on. I'll put a couple more links in there. Okay. Here's Crafty Critta for all the Australia and other yeah, international peeps. If you go to the Foiling Snobs Club, which I will put that link right there, you might want to go see if like Crafty Critta has a promotional discount code. There's the FSC. Okay, and you would just go into guides and look up Nancy's affiliate links and look under maybe Crafty Critta and see what other code she has. This one here is for H&H Sign toner foiling. Okay. If you're new to foiling and you just found my video today, I recommend that you go to this here NancyStamps playlist for toner foiling. Toner foiling is different from hot foiling. You definitely want to make sure that it is toner / heat transfer foil, or you're going to have a big mess and be irritated and annoyed. So we got Chat with Sassy, Crafty Critta, the FSC, H&H Sign, and NancyStamps. And then, let's add my Etsy shop, shall we? Etsy, Etsy, Etsy. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Nope, nope, nope. I need it to be etsy.com. That one. Copy. Copy. And paste. Add her paper to foil. Would that be the Himilco and Nancy's Amazon shop that you're referring to, Miss Gloria? Let me see. I need to go back to Facebook because I don't have Nancy's Amazon shop. Facebook and groups. Nope, that's Marketplace. Foiling Snobs Club. And then we run down to the guides. And then guide 1, guide 2, NancyStamps. Click. Scroll. I'm scrolling Amazon. Okay, so Nancy does have 2 Amazon shops. Okay, Control C. This Amazon shop. Okay. This is for the American users. And then Nancy, back to here. And then Amazon UK. Okay, and then there's the Amazon UK. And in her Amazon store, she has everything. Let me put it in this. Control V. Back to the thingamabob. Nancy Amazon. Control C. Control V. Okay. Control go. She has all of her goodies in sections. Like there's heat embossing, basic everyday supplies, mink toner foiling. Okay. Specialty papers. Specialty papers. If I can get it to open. It's down a little. Where is it at? Maybe not. Maybe it's in the... Nope. Go back. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make sure I send you to the right place. Toner foiling. Let's try in there. There's the dusty. Okay, yes. So it's in her toner foiling folder is all of the Hamilco, and she has a black paper that she recommends, and it's also in the mink toner foiling folder. Okay, but that's in her Amazon shop, and it is an affiliate link for Nancy. Now what that means is that she gets a little perk every time you purchase from her affiliate link. She gets perks, and I am sending you there because I do not have affiliate links, and I know Nancy is going to send a lot of that perks right back in to the Foiling Snobs Club. So for me, it's worth it just to share her links. And there's other links in there. There's Tracy, Stacy, Chow, and Ryan. They all have links. They all have their own promo codes. So if there's somebody you're shopping for, go head over to the FSC, into the guides, and the affiliate links, and see if maybe we can send some support and love their way so that they can keep doing beautiful videos for us. And I thank you all so much for stopping by today and checking out the new designs and the new foil. Definitely follow on Chat with Sassy and Instagram and all that good stuff, and we'll be posting pictures of some cards I make with these little goodies. How's that sound? Until next time, my friends, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.